The next step is to fill in our pendulum circle with the gold color and then create the arm in gold color as well. So click on your paint bucket tool right below the ellipse tool. We still have the pendulum color selected and just click in the center of that circle. Now we have a round circle that's completely gold. Switch from the ellipse tool to the line tool. And when you do this, don't start from the circle down here. Start from the top and then work your way towards the circle, which means you're going to put your cursor crosshairs right at the top of this line coming up from B, where it meets this black line of your camera view. And remember, if you're not seeing that camera view rectangle, let's say you're too much like that, or maybe you're way too down here, 2 zooms out, 1 zooms in. So that's where I want to be. And I put the cursor right at the top right there where the crosshairs meet. And I'm going to click and drag that down this way. Now, it might not be perfect. If you don't like it, you could always do Command Z and try again. But as long as it's close enough, you should be fine. Do not use the Shift key on that. Right now, I'm still holding my mouse. If I click the Shift, notice it's going to jump off to the side, or if I move it this way, it's not going to hit that line. So just try to be on top of that as best you can. And that is really nice and good. We're not going to extend exposure on this. We're actually, each one of these marks here represents one frame. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next keyframe is going to be on the 6th frame. Right now we're on 1. You could move this over step by step, or another way to get there is to just come up to this frame box right here and just type the number 6. It'll take you right there. That's where we want to be. But before we do that, of course, we want to copy this and paste it to put it there. So I'm going to use my select tool right there, and I'll, sorry, I'm not on the select tool, circle just that area. Now we have a box around the entire pendulum. I'm going to copy it using Command C on my keyboard. I hold Command and then press C. And then I'm going to go to that frame 6 and I'm going to paste. That's Command V. All right. Notice that it's filled in the area a lot. We'll wind up coming back to that, these frames 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll come back and get rid of those. But now what we need to do is move this over and make it work for B. So what I need to do, I'm going to move it just a bit. I'm going to take my cursor. Right now it's on the select tool and you see a little lasso there. I'm going to move it till it comes to the outside corner right here. Notice that if I'm on top of the corner, it's an arrow pointing up to the left and down to the right. If I'm over here, it's the lasso tool, but if I come right outside, you want to see that circle with the arrows. That's what you need to see so that you could rotate it, and try to rotate it. If you hold shift, it's not going to help, so you just kind of have to guide that a little bit and move it over into place. And if it's not quite right, just move it around. Mine is actually pretty good. I could tap it. What I'm about to do, you can't see this, but I'm going to tap the arrows on my keyboard where those are located. If you look at your main part where you type letters, down at the very bottom row you have your space bar. To the right of that it says Command, Option, Control, and to the right of that you have some arrow keys. I'm going to hit the down arrow right there. Just tapping that, and I just tap that right into place so it's right over the previous circle. That's frame 6. I could go back to frame 2, click on that, hold down Shift on my keyboard and click on frame 5 and click delete. And now we have that space in between. So we only have the keyframe A, keyframe B, and finally we're going to go to C. So let's count how many over we have. We're on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that green mark is 11. We've already copied this, so all we have to do is change the frame over here to 11. Click Enter. Now we're on frame 11, and I'm going to do Command V to paste again. It starts back up here. I'm going to go ahead and move. Oops, sorry. I lost it. Paste. There we go. I'm going to move it over here to the C area and do the same thing about rotating, but I'm going to do that from up here in the upper right-hand corner and turn that around. And just try to line that up in the right direction. See how close I get. If I have to rotate more, I will. That's pretty solid right there. So now we have to come back in, frame 7. I clicked on frame 7. I hold down Shift, click on frame 10, and I click Delete. We have keyframe A, keyframe B, and keyframe C.